Hey everybody, and welcome to another one of these 31 and 31 horror movie reviews. Today is day 20, and today I am watching an odd German movie. It's called, I can never pronounce the name, Tore Tanzt. The other name for the movie is, hold on, I gotta look up again. Basically that translates into Tore Danced, or Dances, Tanzt. It's also known as Nothing Bad Can Happen. Sorry, I had to look at it again. It's available on Shudder right now. And this is one of those ones where it's a rough watch, to be honest with you. I wouldn't necessarily call this a horror movie. It's categorized as it. It does have horror things in it, elements of it, especially with this really bad guy. It's... like I said, it's just hard. It's not that it's not badly acted, and it's not a bad movie. It just has some scenes in it that are just a little bit too much. There's something that definitely, like the last 30 minutes that happens, that I was not expecting at all. And it happens, and you're like, what the fuck is going on here? And even the ending is really sad. And basically, it's about a kid who is just like, he's a Jesus freak. And, he runs into this family that is having car problems. He's there with his friend, and, he supposedly uses the power of Christ to get the car to start. And then that guy ends up going and seeing him at this, this Jesus freak place, where there's like punk rock music and, pro Jesus, all this stuff. And he sees the kid have a seizure because the kid's all dancing, has a seizure. And then brings him back to his place, rescues him and has him stay with him. And then it's about him being with the family, and you find out that the guy's, of course, abusive, and he's abusing his stepdaughter, and the other guy thinks that it's, it's a challenge for him, that Jesus put him here to absorb all the stuff that's going through, so it doesn't transfer onto the kids. And that's a lot of what it's about. And it's, like I said, just some of the scenes are really rough to see. And again, I made the case with the last movie, Dead and Beautiful, where I was like, nothing really happens for a long time. And here, you could say the same thing, but I think that because how it ends, like everything makes more sense, even though it feels like nothing's really happening in the film. There's a lot of shit that's actually going on. So it's not like a beautifully shot movie or anything like that. It's actually very raw, and I like that it's very raw. But again, I don't consider this to be horror, so I feel like I got bamboozled again, but at least I got bamboozled with a good film, right? I don't think it's going to be for everybody, and it's, the horror comes from something else, and it comes from, abuse and what that's doing, and the guy is truly kind of like a sadistic type of guy, and there's other things that happen later on in the film, especially towards the end, where I'm just like, oh, it just becomes really rough to watch. So I'm gonna give this, it's a 3 out of 5 Jesus freaks is what this really is. And I think that without a couple of scenes that were in it towards the end, I might have given it a 4 out of 5, but I think because sometimes the pacing is a little off. But I was interested. It kept my interest throughout the whole film. That's why it gets a 3 out of 5 instead of getting like a 2 out of 5 like Dead and Beautiful did, where I just had no interest in, even though it felt like nothing was going on in both of these films. This one kept my interest the whole time because I was trying to figure out what exactly was going on. And then, when it ends, like, I have a relatively satisfactory ending here, where I didn't feel like I was satisfied at the end of Dead and Beautiful. So, all right, well, we'll see what happens for tomorrow. This happens sometimes with like these foreign horror films, is that they categorize them into horror, but it's more of a drama, and there's different types of horror in it. But we'll see. Maybe we'll end up with like a monster movie or something tomorrow. So we'll see. All right, I'll catch you guys later.